Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little novel review of Book 2 in David Mack's Star Trek The Next Generation trilogy, Cold Equations, Silent Weapons. Silent Weapons picks up 2 months after Book 1, The Persistence of Memory, and a little over 4 years after the last Next Generation film, Star Trek Nemesis. Now, let me take a moment to warn the intrepid listener that from this point onward there will be some spoilery elements in this discussion of this novel, directly referencing rather large chunks of the plot from the previous novel. If you wish to avoid this, please refrain from continuing the review. Otherwise, I'll assume you've read it, and on we go. Now, as one can entail from the reverse of the novel itself, the Enterprise is called upon by an old friend in distress shortly into Silent Weapons, that being the former lieutenant commander of that very ship, Data. Having been brought back to life as a result of the final sacrificial act of his father, Dr. Noonien Sung, and having decided to stray from the Enterprise to continue in his father's footsteps, seeking out a mysterious immortal benefactor with ties to his remaining family, Data finds himself arrested and held in custody on the sketchy world of Orion. True to form, his former crewmates and friends are fast on their way to divine just what trouble he's gotten himself into, and what follows is a guessing game of mammoth political and espionage-laden proportions, all at the hands of an undetermined foe that may or may not be one of the enemy worlds affiliated with the Typhon Pact. Showcasing intriguing posturing between the Federation president and the leader of the Gorn hegemony, insights into Breen hierarchy, a guest appearance by Captain Morgan Bateson, as portrayed by Kelsey Grammer in the Next Generation episode Cause and Effect, and the uncovering of a massive plot to divide Starfleet and bring it to its knees, Silent Weapons is at times a viscerally satisfying read. David Mack excels in keeping the reader fully engaged in the unfolding mystery with his branching off from the Enterprise the investigative team of Geordi LaForge and Lieutenant Aneta Smirhova, the recently appointed Chief of Security in the wake of the unfortunate and somewhat resonating demise of the former Chief Jasminder Chowdhury, who had also been notably the other half in a budding relationship with the Executive First Officer, Commander Worf. As he deftly relates each revelation in their pursuits back on the overarching plot thread from the previous novel, to do with there having been several hundred Sung-type androids stolen from the last still-standing manufacturing production lines of the now-extinct Borg, as well as the tense and escalating posturing between nervous but headstrong under pressure Lieutenant Teresa Chen and the chief of the Gorn hegemony vessel in a spotlight sequence that puts her to the test when the entirety of the command crew is otherwise engaged with emergencies aplenty. It made it all the more interesting for myself personally as I envisioned actress Kristen Crook, formerly Lana Lang of the Superman in High School TV series Smallville, in the role of Chen, which was inspired by a Facebook post by the author himself. Now, being as yet unmarried and without children myself, one aspect of the novel did seem somewhat unexpected and, I guess, ideally uncharacteristic in a more personal side of Captain Picard and spouse Dr. Beverly Crusher that falls in the aftermath of a terrorist act. Yet, while those sequences didn't feel entirely relatable to me, they were no less intriguing in their depiction of what is seemingly a truly evolving relationship between the two, and thus I have to give it good marks. At the culmination of Silent Weapons, though, I found myself having been once again thoroughly pleased in the ingesting of this multi-tiered story, and I'm left with weighty questions and expectations pertaining to the ultimate conclusion of this trilogy that I hope just as satisfyingly wraps up the loose plot threads left lingering in its wake. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you've read Silent Weapons, what did you think of it? Whether you've read it or not, if you're a Trekkie as I am, share with me some of your favorite series episodes or movie memories, whatever you really dig, and for now, that'll be it for me on this one, so I'll catch you later. Peace.